in this highly colorful and visual world that we live in, we know that consumers are being wowed and wooed by all of the colors that they are seeing out there in the marketplace. We travel all over the world looking for trends, looking for direction, and I have to tell you that it's just astounding to me how much there is out there in the world of color today. And we can't say that it's all this kind of elitist world that it used to be. Consumers now have access to all kinds of information about color. They know a lot more. They're much more savvy. I don't want it to sound like everything is just about technology, because if you're working with consumers, you have to know that you have quite a variety of consumers out there who have different comfort levels and different needs. So we have to pay attention to that, and we look at the stats as to how many people feel more comfortable with the high-techy items, and some who might resort to a comfort level that is more what we might call traditional. We don't make this up. We talk to people, we talk to designers, we talk to consumers. What is it that you're seeking? What is it that you're looking for? The color of the year really becomes very symbolic. It's not just a question of, sitting in Pantone's offices and throwing darts at all the Pantone chips, and wherever it lands, that's the color of the year. A lot more homework goes into it. And we felt this was really an important element to take into consideration. In all the things that I've shown you so far, there is this great dichotomy that is happening of color and design influences from old world to the new world. Very different times, very different elements, and yet eclectically they can be used quite beautifully together. I get the question all the time, what about extreme color? What about fluorescence? What's happening? Is that going away? Is it dying? Is it dead? And I will tell you, as long as technology is creating more ways to get that kind of intensity of color, I don't think we're going to see it completely disappear. I think that and we are certainly seeing it today. I mean, look at running shoes. Look at the sports equipment that we have that has that kind of intense fluorescent feel. So I'm not the first. I'm not the kind of colorist that will say to you, it's going to be dead next year. I'm saying to you that as long as we still see it as a big influence in the sportswear, in running apparel, in those areas, and technology is enabling us to create new finishes, we're going to continue to see it in trends. I mean, as a colorist, I am delighted that we are seeing colors lasting for a much longer period of time than they ever have before. Now, I'm old enough to remember orange came in and then orange was dead. And chartreuse came in and then chartreuse was dead. And we are seeing a prolonging of color trends. Now, what are the reasons for that? One is the lack of the mentality of the throwaway society. People do want to keep what they have for longer periods of time, but their challenge is how to make it look new and fresh. You've got to look at both ends of the marketplace. You cannot look just at the high end. You also have to look at the general consensus of the public, and I've mentioned this several times. What is their mindset? Are they so willing to give that color away? I don't think so. So as a result, it's not a question, it's all high end, it trickles down, and then it winds up at lower end, and then it's gone. It's not true. That whole idea of art is for the elite, we all know here, and certainly in Grand Rapids, we have seen the great democratization of art, and that is marvelous. As a result, we do know that the world of art influences the world of design, and we know that artists have often used the world of design as inspiration. It's really a two-way street.